If you're a fan of Japanese history, you definitely would have heard of Sekigahara, basically the biggest battle in feudal Japan. But did you know that there was a second Sekigahara, or at least a proxy Sekigahara, up here in Yamagata Prefecture? And not only that, this battle led to Yamagata Castle getting the moniker the Castle of the Mist. There are castles right here in my own backyard, Yamagata Prefecture, that have an extremely interesting history to them. One of which is Yamagata Castle. Now I was looking into why Yamagata Castle has the moniker the Castle of the Mist, and it turns out that there's a direct relationship with a mountain in Yamagata City called Tokami-yama. I went to Tokami-yama to check it out and see what all the fuss was about. After about 30 or 40 minutes of hiking, you reach the summit and you get a really good view of the Yamagata Basin and the surrounding mountains. Apparently, it's this exact view that led to Yamagata Castle getting the name the Castle of the Mist. And if legend is anything to go by, the name Tokami-yama also comes from this view. You see, when the Battle of Sekigahara was taking place in Gifu Prefecture between the Western Army, forces loyal to Ishida Mitsunari, and the Eastern Army, forces loyal to Tokugawa Ieyasu, a proxy war was taking place up here in Yamagata called the Kajo Dewa Castle. Naoe Kanetsugu was leading the Uesugi army of Yonezawa domain, and they were supporting the Ishida Mitsunari. And at that time, Yamagata Castle, this forest that we can see in the middle of Yamagata City here, was ruled by the Mogami clan, Mogami Yoshiaki, who were supporters of Ieyasu, so Tokugawa Ieyasu, who would become the shogun. So Naoe Kanetsugu was standing right here at the summit of Tokami-yama, and he was trying to get an idea for what was happening in the castle. Unfortunately, they had 10 days of mist, and within that 10 days they also got word that Ishida's army had been defeated as well, and that the Uesugi clan were to withdraw. This is actually where the name Tokami-yama comes from, and the name of Yamagata Castle, so which is Kajo or Kasumi-ga-jo, so the Mist Castle. Tokami-yama sounds like Toka-mi. Toka-mi. Toka means 10 days and mi means to watch. Because Naoe Kanetsugu waited for 10 whole days at the summit of Tokami-yama, that's where the name comes from. Or at least that's what locals like to believe. According to the Nihon Sandai Jitsuroku, which is a historical text that dates back to 901, a full 700 years before the Battle of Sekigahara and the Kajo Dewa Castle. A full 700 years before that, there is a list of kami in this book, and one of them is, of course, Tokami, and it points to this very mountain. And not only that, there are also other mountains or other kami called Tokami, some in Miyagi, Aichi, Shimane, and also Oita prefectures. To make matters worse, these Tokami were all triangular shaped mountains with a shrine at the base and a shrine at the summit. So the story of Naoe Kanetsugu being the origin of the name Tokami-yama is probably a fabrication, but at least it explains how Yamagata Castle got its name, the Castle of the Mist. Tokami-yama is actually quite an easy mountain to hike. It took me about an hour one way, but that's because I was filming. You can actually get up, if you're fast, you can get up in probably about 30 or 40 minutes, and it's a really good hike. It's not steep. Well, there is one steep part towards the end, but it's not too bad. And when I was climbing, there were also kindergartners there climbing as well, so even little children are able to climb up. Once you get to the top, you get a really good view of Yamagata City and Yamagata Castle, of course, as well as the Zhao Renpo, the Zhao Mountains, and a whole lot of other places. Like on good days, apparently you can see it all the way out to Mount Gassan. Get a free hiking guide and maps to Tokami-yama at timbunting.com/Tokami. And while you're at it, don't forget to sign up for my Kiwi Yamabushi newsletter. If you enjoyed this video, you'll definitely enjoy my video on Shiroyama, literally Castle Mountain. Or why not check out Yamuki-yama in Shinjo City. This is also a mountain that was converted into a castle, albeit more than 500 years ago. I'm Tim Bunting, the Kiwi Yamabushi. Kakitiano, and I'll see you next time.